He's the real-life hero behind one of Hollywood's most iconic stories. Astronaut James Lovell has died at the age of 97.
Yeah, he served as commander of the infamous Apollo 13 mission. His leadership credited for saving the ship after a life-threatening accident.
Now, before joining NASA, Lovell grew up right here in Milwaukee, graduating from Juneau High School before heading off to UW-Madison.
12 News' TJ Dysart live at Discovery World tonight. And TJ, he played a key role in the creation of that landmark.
Yeah, Blake, Discovery World at Milwaukee's lakefront, just one of the places in Milwaukee that Captain James Lovell inspired across the city. Tonight, the legendary astronaut is being remembered as a groundbreaking Milwaukeean.
He's credited with leading one of the most impressive improvised returns to Earth from space.
Houston, we've had a problem.
James Lovell, the famous commander of the 1970 space mission Apollo 13, died Thursday at his Illinois home. Known as Smilin' Jim amongst fellow astronauts at just 42 years old, he fearlessly acted fast, safely bringing back himself and two other crew members to Earth after an oxygen tank on board a ship bound for the moon exploded.
We shut down everything we could when we had the explosion. They said, yeah, we got a lot of guys working on it down here. We'll help you out.
Stand by, 13. We're looking at it.
Those heroic actions depicted by Tom Hanks on the Hollywood big screen in the 1995 film Apollo 13.
It's nothing routine about flying to the moon. I can vouch for that.
The two would later be honored inside the Oval Office when President Bill Clinton awarded the Space Medal of Freedom to Lovell. But before he became a world-renowned astronaut,
Well, I was in Milwaukee, and that's where I got my interest in rockets.
he was simply a Milwaukee native. Lovell was born in Cleveland, Ohio, but moved to Milwaukee in 1933. He would graduate from Milwaukee's Juneau High School before attending UW-Madison.
If it wasn't for James Lovell and the Apollo program, we would not be talking. Because what happened with us going to space in the 60s led to the building of planetariums all across America.
That includes the Milwaukee Public Museum's planetarium and the city's original Discovery World.
My name is now attached to something that is really dedicated to the young people of Wisconsin.
As well as the Discovery World, now sitting on Milwaukee's lakefront.
Milwaukee's his home. And there are other astronauts from Milwaukee, by the way, but James Lovell is number one by far, and he's inspired a generation.
Many generations at that. TJ Lovell spent 1 month of his remarkable life in space.
Across 4 different missions in the 1970s, he held the record for the longest time in space, more than 715 hours. And while he never stepped foot on the moon, we should point out in less than 6 hours, there will be a full moon. And one can only imagine that that is outer space's way of paying tribute to the pioneer.
Yeah, certainly so. A life well lived, and what an incredible legacy he leaves behind. TJ, thanks for that report. Tom Hanks portrayed James Lovell in Apollo 13.
Okay, good evening, America.
In a statement tonight, Hanks wrote, "On this night of a full moon, he passes on, to the heavens, to the cosmos, to the stars. Godspeed you on this next voyage, Jim Lovell."
Now, there is a reminder of Lovell's ties to the city in downtown Milwaukee. A section of 7th Street is now named after him. The 1996 dedication carrying his legacy on after he left the city. You can find so much more on Lovell's incredible life story right now on the 12 News mobile app.